Yo, what's going on, you gorgeous motherfuckers, you sexy bastards out there? Here we are, we're doing it on Sunday, August the 13th, 2023. Welcome back, glad you made it. It's another social production. We're doing it out here in a random plaza. Thank you for joining me wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's here in Canada, anywhere in the Toronto area, in the greater Toronto area. Oh, you're out there in Vancouver, all the way over there in the West Coast, in the middle, Saskatchewan, Alberta, Manitoba, wherever you're, it's Northwest Territories, what? You're tuning in all the way from there. Alaska, further down south, the United States, Mexico, South America, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, all them places, moving over to Africa. Oh, what is this? We're in Senegal now. We're tuning in from Nigeria. What's up? Jamaica, the islands, that's right. Europe, Sweden, I'm talking Stockholm, I'm talking Finland, I'm talking Italy, Spanish, all parler en français or somethings, and then all the way to the Middle East, somewhere in the Middle East where it's, you know what it is, all the way, and then Australia, Japan, wherever. The point is, wherever you're tuning in from, thank you very much for joining me. If it's your first time, buckle up, buckle down. This is an adventurous ride. It's a silly old it's a comedy podcast. Thank you for joining me. If you've been with me from the get-go, thank you for all the love and support, sending all the love and support right back at you. And man, oh man, things are exciting. Things are happening. We're halfway through August, baby. We're halfway through, and I've got a lot to discuss with you guys and gals today, as per usual. We are in a car right now, absolutely, and this is probably gonna be, you know, if you've been with me, you know the story, you know how it goes. This is temporary, but we are doing it in different spots, and things are changing. But I've got a lot to discuss with y'all today, so let's get started. I know we're in a car right now, but I do want to bring to your attention that yes, there is. I sometimes ride on a horse. I ride on a horse or a car. It's a little pony. It's a little pony with the biggest cock. So if you see a small pony roaming around here with a giant cock, please do not be distracted. It's my pony, and I love him very much. Boys and girls, what's going on with y'all today? Hope everybody's doing well. What's going on with me? Been thinking about many different things. For one, let's get started with, are you the type out there that's like going to the gas station in the middle of the night, or the pharmacy in the middle of the night, to find yourself looking for a Blue Chew or a Viagra or a Cialis? Is that even, I don't even know if is that birth control, or regardless, Rhino dick pills? Are you looking to get hard and stay hard, fellas? Ladies, is that what you want from your man? Well, what if I said we're gonna take an alternative route? What if I said we're gonna change the game? Because I thought about this, and I said to myself, what are people doing most of the time? Like 99 to 98% of their lifetime. They're not hard. They're soft. It's like they're limp. They're limp. Fucking limp as a Vietnam veteran that took a shrapnel to the spine and is limp from the neck down. That's how limp most people are 98% of the time. So I said, what if we invent a pill? And I did, and I went out there and I invented it with the best of the scientists to alter your perspective, essentially. Instead of taking a pill to get hard, ladies and gents, we created a pill that'll maintain your regular hardness and softness overall, but it's actually not for you to take. It's for your partner to take. It's for your lover to take. So fellas, if you got a lover who's looking for that hard dick, yeah, give it to them every once in a while, but this pill will alter their perspective so that they actually appreciate the softness that you offer on a daily basis, like 98% of the time. Because you're soft most of the time. Why not get credit for that? Everybody's always like, oh my god, look at the 1 to 2% of the time that he was hard. But what if you get a little bit of credit for the 98 to 99% of your lifetime that you're not hard? What about that? Yeah, because ladies would love to, get that good dick and then go gossip with their gal pals over you know, a bowl of sangria or whatever ladies get together over. Fucking, you know, drinks, pina coladas, whatever ladies drink. You know, they get together, oh, Johnny's my man, he's the bestest, and he gave me the hardest pound of my life. But also, wouldn't it be nice for you to get credit again for the 98% of your lifetime that you're not hard? Think about that. And all it takes is a little pill, a little miracle pill to alter their perspective. Because that's what it is, man. You're walking around there, you're doing the work 98%, but you're not getting any credit for. You only get credit for a small portion of your lifetime. I'm just saying, next time they're out there talking about your ass, let them be talking about, oh, my man's the softest. He's so soft. He's so limp down there. Oh my God. They'll say it like that. And all the ladies will, you know, her girlfriends will see you at the next dinner party or the barbecue, and they'll be like looking at you, giggling and laughing, but like, you know, oh, I wonder how soft is he? He's real soft, like 98% of the time, which is great. But you never hear anybody talking about that. Everybody's always like looking for that hard cock. So all I'm saying is, yes, hard cock, hard dick, great. But also it'd be nice to just be like, yo, you know, appreciate me for me and my natural state, essentially. So instead of you taking a pill to get hard, give him a pill that'll appreciate you for who you are, which is soft like 98% of the time. 95%, that's safe to say, right? Statistics are facts and science speaks for itself. Or people speak for science. And I represent science. Like, not all of it, but like some of it. And not like the traditionals, but like, you know, we're here, we're repping all the things. So you're welcome out there. Instead of taking the friggin' gas station pills and blue chew, take those are fine. But again, consider this. Appreciation on a whole nother scale and aspects of your life that you never even thought of. Just regular Mike walking around soft, getting praised. Hell yeah, Mike, keep it soft like that. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gents, boys and girls. Been thinking about many things. Sleeping patterns. Why do couples sleep side by side? And some mysteries will never remain solved. No, they'll never get solved is what I meant to say. Taha. Some mysteries will never get solved. And this is one of them. Why do couples sleep side by side? You know? If you were in it, if you love each other, why not try sleeping 69? You know what? Why not stay, like, because that's the thing. When you go to bed, you sleep side by side, and yeah, it's all, we're sleeping most of the time until you look at each other, until you you know, wink at each other, or you know, until you feel a boner in your lower spine, lady or gentleman out there, whatever your preference is. And then you know what time it is. It's time to go. It's time to do that dirty little dance that you do. But that takes work and effort, because you got to go, like, and I'm all about like optimizing like energy and space and time and all that. Like, instead of sleeping side by side, sleep 69. Fall asleep in a 69 position. Because like, you don't even have to, like, you're sleeping, you're just sleeping in the middle of the night. As soon as he gets hard cock right in your mouth, without you having to move. Think about how much time you'll save not having to move from the side to side position to the all loving 69 position, dude. And gentlemen, didn't you ever want to fall asleep and then wake up in the middle of the night with puss right on your face? We solved it, dude. We did it right here. And they said it can't be done. They said we never make it happen, but we did together. Just sleeping in the middle of the night and just have a little bit of drool in your mouth, and it's not even your own drool. Who's drooling who's leaving that snail trail in your face space? She is. And you even have to go and ask. She's just like, at the middle of the night, dude, 3:33 in the AM, she's fucking leaking. And guess what? You're hard as a rock. And you don't have to move. You can just fucking 69 it right there without having to, do we want to even, like, you know, it's so hard to decide sometimes. People get indecisive. What position do you want to do? Go to sleep in a 69 position. That's all I'm saying. You know, side by side is, you know, what is this? 1999? What are we doing here? And we got to fight this shit too, because I've been hearing different people talking about it. They're like, oh man, couples sometimes have to, like, you know, some love to be together, some love to have their own space, you know, get your own bedroom or whatever. What is that? Sleep in a 69 position in your marriage or your relationship, whatever label you put on it, will last a lifetime, maybe even 2 lifetimes. Some say 3. So instead of just going side by side, try sleeping in a 69 position, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Got a lot on my mind. A lot has been happening. It's been we're transitioning. It's a transitory period, some might say. And I want to bring to your attention that I recently, not like, we'll just get into this one. We'll just get, first and foremost, I do want to say, fuck sleep paralysis. Fuck sleep paralysis. Whoever invented this shit is a sick fuck. Whoever programmed us to experience sleep paralysis. And you're asking me out there right now, as I say this, you're like, did you experience sleep paralysis as of late? No. Have I experienced some form of sleep paralysis before? You know, once or twice maybe. It wasn't anything, you know. I have experienced on a couple of occasions when you might be sleeping in a weird position and you fall asleep and you find yourself, you know, like, oh my god, I can't breathe, I'm gasping for air, and you wanna like, and you find yourself wanting to get some air and you want to scream, or like you want to, like, it turns into an attempt of like, oh my god, somebody help me. It's all mumbles and it's all attempts at trying to, like, you know, get back to either regular sleep or at least wake up sleep paralysis. Apparently 10 to 20% of the world population is impacted by this weird phenomena, and we don't even know what causes it. We don't know what it is, and it's to varying degrees for everyone. Mine personally was like light version. Oh, we're having a little nightmare. What is this? I can't breathe. I'll wake up and I'll, you know, a little bit of cold sweats, no big deal, back to sleep. Fine. But there's, again, varying degrees, and different people have different versions of it. And maybe you're out there who, maybe you've experienced sleep paralysis. What the fuck is that shit? Scientists still have no clue. But I represent science, and together we will find out. You represent science. We all do. Not like officially, not with like fucking papers and diplomas, but nonetheless we are people experiencing things. So let me go into this story, and I should preface this sleep paralysis story with this so that we're all on the same page. You know, it's been roughly, you know, now I guess a month and a half that I've been out of my old apartment, my old place. I've just, you know, I've experienced a little bit of, you know, sleeping in the car. I've now been lucky enough to, you know, find myself with a room. I'm renting a room right now. I'm staying with a roommate right now, you know, a housemate, if you will. And changing of habits, changing of lifestyles, going through it, and it's all good. It's all growth. I'm very, you know, overall I'm very grateful, appreciative of everything that's happening. But, you know, it's been like roughly, it was about a month that I'd say I hadn't smoked weed, which was great. It was, you know, and it was time for a little bit of change. Let's just, you know, you've been smoking for, like, you know, since you were 20, straight up almost every day. Let's give it a little break. Let's focus a little bit. Let's change gears, all gooch. But then last week, I was like, you know what? You've been grinding, you've been working. You deserve a little break. You deserve a little relaxation time. Let us relax for a minute, for a second, if we can, together. And I had this little joint with me. After shooting on Sunday. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take a couple of hits of this bad boy and just whatever, relax, have a little bit of fun. So I asked my housemate, I'm like, yo, I haven't smoked for like a month. I'm gonna light up. Would you like to join me? And good fella, to me he's a good fella. I don't know him that well, but like I've lived in his home now for a month. He's a nice fella to me. And he's like, you know, I asked him, I'm like, do you smoke? And he's like, you know, I've smoked every now and again, and you know, I've had my edibles in my day. I like to, you know, indulge. I like to enjoy some edibles every now and again. So I'm like, listen, I'm a daily smoker, basically. Up until this point, up until this last, I would consider myself a daily smoker. So I'm, you know, But even for me, I'm like, it's been a while. I'm not gonna go heavy. I'm not gonna, you know, I like to just relax. I'll take a couple of hits, you take a couple of hits, and we can all just have a great Sunday afternoon together. And he's game. He's like, yeah, let's do it. I'll do it with you. I'll take a couple of hits as well. I'm like, super bueno. This is a great opportunity for two grown men who are housemates to pass the peace torch, if you will, to, you know, to be like, hey, man, this is a nice experience for what it is, for the time that it is what it is. It's a nice experience, and let us pass the peace pipe between the two of us and have a beautiful afternoon. And just you go do your thing after, I'm gonna go do my thing. Wonderful. We spark up. I take a hit, pass it to him. He takes a hit, he passes it to me. I take a hit, I pass it to him. He takes a hit, he passes it to me. I put it out. 2 hits each. Wonderful. Again, me, I don't like labels or whatever, but if you were to pothead, I would say I'm a pothead with, you know, and whatever that means. I enjoy pot. I enjoy weed. But this was, you know, and everything was fine. I was, you know, I got a little buzzed, just a little, you know, 2 hits, no big deal, just like chilling, whatever. And my housemate, he knows that I'm a big comedy, you know, nerd or geek or whatever you want to call it. I love comedy, and he knows that by now. So every time I get to spend a few minutes with him, he'll like to, you know, he'll put on some comedy show or clips from whoever he just so he, like, you know, that's his way of showing, like, you know, yo, we're bonding right here. So I appreciate that. So he puts on some Louis C.K. special in the background, and I turn my head to the TV. I'm sitting on the couch, I'm watching Louis C.K., one of the greats, and I'm, you know, a little buzzed. I'm like, oh, that's neat. I've got my head now turned to the TV. My homie is behind me. My housemate is behind me, sitting on the couch. My focus is on the telly, watching Louis C.K., and I'm just like, you know, a little buzzed, taking, like, you know, different, I've seen the special before, he's talking about different things, but I'm now paying attention to the way it's shot. I'm laughing at jokes that I've heard, and it's all great, and I'm just like, you know, 5-10 minutes goes into it, I'm just giggling, laughing little by little. And again, I've not yet turned my head back to check on my friend or whatever. 10 minutes goes by, and all I hear is a scream or a gasping for air, and I turn around, and my housemate has now fallen into a deep sleep, and he's now experiencing sleep paralysis. Jesus Christ, holy shit. It could be a sight. It could be a sight, I'll tell you that. It could be a sight, you know, for people, again, and this is why, like, you know, I don't condone anything. I don't, you know, but that's the thing. When two adults have conversations, have you dabbled? Have you tried? Do you enjoy? Would you like to partake with me? And I'm never the type that, like, oh, you should do this. I'm like, would you like to? If yes, super. If not, no pressure from this guy. But my guy here fell into sleep paralysis, poor thing. And all I heard was a scream, and I turn around, I see him, like, you know, gasping for air, and a little bit of the old muscles tensing up. So I remain cool as a cucumber, as always, because that's how your boy rolls. Cool as a cucumber, on the outside at least. On the inside, many thoughts went through my mind at the same rate. I'm like, oh man, what is going on? Because, like, at first glance, this lasted for probably maybe 10-20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds at max. But in, you know, when you're a little bit buzzed, when you're a little bit whatever, things can, like, again, outside, cool as a cucumber. Inside, many thoughts went through my head immediately. I'm like, holy shit, what is going on? Demonic possession? Maybe. Did I break this fella somehow accidentally? Maybe. So I start calling him by his name. After 30 seconds, he wakes up, he jumps, he's like, oh my god, like, I'm like, yeah, dude, I think you were having a nightmare there. And he's like, oh, I think I was. And I get up and go to the bathroom, come back, and he's now lying down on the couch. He's like, I think I'm gonna take a nap. And I'm like, great, you should take a nap, dude. You should take a nap. I'm gonna go upstairs and probably, you know, try to nap a little bit myself. But it was all good. It was all good. But here's the thing that I hadn't smoked for much in a month at all, actually, for over a month. But I went upstairs and I was just like, and many thoughts started, you know, when you smoke, you start to, at least for me, I get a little bit introspective. I start to think about things, and I'm starting to think about all the things that I'm dealing with right now and going through. all the things that I should be taking care of, that I'm trying to take care of at the same time. But I thought, you know, like, let's have a moment of relaxation, shall we? But at the same rate, now that I've seen this poor fella experience, I was just like, to myself, I'm like, man, note to self, at this point in your life, don't get high with strangers that you don't know. I known him for a month, but like, you know, he's busy working 5 days a week, comes back home on the weekends. At the same rate, like, I'm just like, man, this was, you know, it gave me a little bit of the old, like, you should be, you know, but that's what your boy is. Your boy is what is your boy if not just one of your favorite online and offline, you know, degenerates. I'm out there doing my thing, baby. So my guy here was good, but you know, for about an hour upstairs, I was just like, my mind was running through, you know, all the possible different, you know, because that's what it is. I got hit with a little bit of anxiety, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm sitting upstairs, I'm like, you know, why would you get high with somebody you don't know? At the same rate, he, you know, it's a nice guy, I've known him for a month, he hasn't done anything to me. But you know, your mind starts working, and I'm just like, what if this guy's, you know, whatever, what if this happens, what if that happens? You know, tripping, basically panicking a little bit. And after an hour, I'm like, you know what, don't be silly, go outside, go for a walk. He's gooch, you're gooch. I go downstairs, poor guy's napping, I mute the TV, I go out for like a 3-hour walk. But on that walk, again, I was just like going through, you know, and I'm going through it a little bit right now, not gonna lie. It's a and we'll get into it, it's a little bit of a hot mess summer. Boys going through a bunch of stuff, but whatever, I'm taking it one step at a time, doing my best to deal with the situation as you know, as best as I can. That's what I'm trying to do. But that's what it is, man. Went for like a 3-hour walk, and you know, came back later in the evening. He's all good. He's like, you know, I opened the door, he's, you know, chilling, a little bit of like, you know, relaxing on the couch, cleaning around the house. You good, I'm good, I'm good, you good, I'm good, we're all good, we pound it, hell yeah. But it was just one of those things, yeah, dude. So it's like, so the point of this, the moral of this story is, one, if anybody cares to whatever, and don't get high with strangers, but also do get high with strangers, because it's pretty fucking funny, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's pretty, you know, shit might go awry, not gonna lie to you, that might happen as well. I'm not saying do or don't, you do as you wish, but I'm just saying, for myself, from now on, I only smoke with people that I've smoked before, you know, that I've smoked with before, and that's like literally one person. So I gotta know, like, you know, I gotta, yeah, from now on. But then again, you do miss out on not smoking with strangers. So what I'm saying is this: not everything is for everyone, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, fam. Not everything, because again, you know, some people are good with whatever, some people are, you know, different levels of tolerance, different levels, and the weed these days is really, you know, it's not what it was back in the day, and I'm not even that old or anything, but we know it's, yeah. So please stay out there doing your thing, but also be a little bit of a responsible degenerate if you can. And that's what I'm trying to do, baby. Just be a little bit of the lesser pieces of it, you know, just lower the level of degeneracy just a little bit. Not that I'm going, like, you know, because like it's fun to be a little bit of a, you know, you know what it is. So have fun out there, scare the shit out of yourself, but also be aware of all the possible consequences. Okay? Just say it. So shout out to everybody who's doing whatever, but again, yeah, I do, yeah, because y'all, yeah, I'm not the type that says like weed is for everyone, or, you know, or alcohol is for, I'm not a big drinker myself. I'll drink every once in a while, but you know, yeah, there's definitely, some things are for some people, some things aren't for other people. And if you know yourself, and, you know, as adults you grow and you experience different things, you know, don't do anything that doesn't make you feel all that whatever. But not to say that you didn't like it or anything, and or that I didn't like it. I at the end of the day, I take every experience, good and bad, and try to like learn from it. So overall, good vibes. But it's just one of those things that I'm like, I don't need to, you know, I don't need to, we can still remain on we can still give weed a break. I don't need to, you know, whatever, until I get situated as somewhere that I'm, you know, on my own, independently, doing my thing. Doesn't, you know, I'm all good. I'm all good. All good. All I'm saying is, but seriously, who the fuck invented sleep paralysis? Because it seems like, again, 10 to 20% of the population apparently at least experience some form of it in different varying ranges and degrees in a lifetime, once or twice at least. So I've read online, on the Googles. And I don't know anything about anything, but all I'm saying, whoever programmed humans, whoever designed humans, had a sense of humor. Like, they, you know, because when they were designing us, when they were programming us, they're like, yeah, and make sure they sleep between 6 to 8 hours or whatever, so they rejuvenate the battery so that maybe their brains can, you know, process the things that are coming at them at 100 miles an hour on a daily basis. You know, the fact that we're on a rock that's spinning in the middle of space and so many things are flinged at us from outer space. It's just so much. So, you know, you go to sleep and you try to, you know, come back the next day and find, like, you know, find a, you know, new, oh, we're starting over again. We're starting over, restarting. It's like, you know, so whoever designed us, whoever programmed us, like, you know, they said, yeah, let them get sleep. Let all of them get sleep. But every once in a while, give some of them varying ranges of sleep paralysis. Because, like, that shit is twisted, fam. Whoever does that shit. But also, like, it's funny. It is pretty funny, not gonna lie. So if you experience sleep paralysis, if you found yourself ever gasping for air, or your muscles maybe, you know, spazzing in the middle of the night, wagwan, you know. So, but also, what is that? No one knows. But also, like, yeah, dude, because, like, there was an alternative. They could have gone, like, let's just give them all normal sleep. Let's just have everybody sleep normally. But somebody's like, you know what, let's have them sleep normally, but, like, every once in a while, just, you know, have a glitch. So that's, you know, whatever. It is what it is, the way we're programmed. And you're not alone out there. And neither am I. You know. What else is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Speaking of science, speaking of, you know, facts and statistics and whatnot, scientists are now gathering together, ladies and gentlemen. And they're gonna, you know, because we gotta, it's what they want to do, essentially. They want to take Greta Thunberg's face and float it right up in front of the sun to stop the sun, or to reduce the sun's rays and to lower CO2s. They're gonna float her big giant face right up to the sun, facing, you know, face first to the sun, and they'll float her face, and her giant face will just, you know, stare into the sun and yell, "How dare you!" to the sun. And that'll, apparently, from what I hear from the scientific community, that'll help lower CO2s or block the sun, is also what I've been hearing. You know, that's sprinkled in with a little bit of geoengineering and clouding of the, you know, seeding the clouds and whatnot. I think that'll work, honestly. Like, I don't know for how long she can, like, maintain that, but, like, have it on repeat, dude. They're gonna float her up there, staring right into the sun, and just, like, you know, eyes wide open like this, just, how dare you, how dare you. And I think that'll, pretty sure, I'm sure it's gonna work. I'm sure it's gonna work. 100% sure that it might work. And also it might not. Also it might not. But I'm just saying, I believe in it, and I'm for it. So let's float her up there. Let's point her directly at the sun and have her yell a little bit at the sun, saying, "How dare you?" Because she's a man. That lady is inspirational. One of my personal heroes, at least. Fellow degenerate, some might say. You know, high school dropout, barely graduated, no special skills. Again, very relatable right here. So, personal hero of mine. And again, I'm like, if she can be that successful in whatever she's doing, she's not, you know, and it's just with a basic little catchphrase, "How dare you?" So I thought to myself, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna, you know, those are large aspirations. I don't want to control the weather, but it'd be nice to, you know, make a couple of people laugh, and, like, you know. So I thought, you know, take an alternative route to the how dare you slogan, and then, you know, I came up with my own. A few, actually, and we'll see which one sticks. One is very similar. I like to, you know, how could you? How could you? How could you? How could you? That one seems to hit for me, at least. Or another one that I thought of, why would you? Why would you? Why would you? Why would you? See how fucking catchy that is? Or this one's my favorite actually. Because the first two are great, but I think this one will for sure catch on. Like, the fuck is that? The fuck is that? The fuck is that? Just that. Just by itself. The fuck is that? I was thinking like, fuck's up with that, but fuck's that. Just like, you know, fuck's that. Fuck's that. Because it could be a question like, fuck's that? What is that? Fuck's that? You know, or like, fuck, you know, fuck's that, dude. I'm working on it, dude. I'm working on it. Clearly, this lady knows what she's doing. And again, I do believe her face flown up into the sky and yelling at the sun will definitely reduce the CO2s and whatever, dude. Let's crank her up. Let's go. Team science. All day, every day. Boys and girls, ladies and gents. You don't see too many blind or deaf bank robbers. Blind specific. If I was blind, I'll say this, man. If I was blind, I'd be robbing all the banks. Because nobody's going to assume you're one of the culprits. It'd be great, dude. You can walk in a bank, rob a place, and then walk out. And nobody's going to suspect you. Think about it. If I was blind, I'd get a whole bunch of other blind people. And you're like, that'd be difficult. Don't assume just because they can't see. They can find each other. They can make noises, dude. Unless they're like deaf and blind. But like, let's just stick with deaf. No, let's just stick with blind. Let's just stick with blind. Deaf would also be very difficult. Forming a plant, like but being blind would be having its benefits, because like you could walk in there with a cane and like one of those like large glasses and hold up a gun, but at the same rate, you know, you could potentially hold the gun backwards pointing at yourself, which would be like, you know, whatever, the intention's there. And you could also be holding up the water cooler instead of the teller. You're like, give me all the money and no one's gonna get hurt. And everybody's just like looking at you, staring at the water cooler. They're like, sir, what are you doing? But nonetheless, man, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, of course, you happen to get away with it and you come out, you know, with the gun still pointing at yourself. No one's gonna get hurt if you cooperate. It's like, okay. You got a bag of money in your hand, gun still pointing at yourself. You walk out, you got the big glasses on with a cane in the other hand. You know, police outside sees you. Somebody get this man some help, and you know they come and assist you. Sir, we're gonna get justice, and we're gonna kick those. We're gonna serve justice to the sons of bitches that did this to you. Follow these emergency service workers right to the ambulance, and we'll get you the help that you need, sir. And you know he almost could have gotten away with it. But maybe he had a little bit of an ego. Maybe he had a little, because at the end of the day, they say that's why the criminals leave calling cards behind, so that you could call them, because like it's difficult finding work in the crime realm, I would assume. So that's you. But everybody's online these days. Calling cards are like, you know, have like a handle at least so they can reach you. But the point is, his ego would probably get the best of him. He'd be like, fellas, I know, and they wouldn't, because like the cops would see him with the bag of money and the gun pointing to him, so they probably think that he's a hostage, and be like, oh, look what these 6 sons of bitches made you do, man. We'll get you the help that you need. And he's all like about to get away with it, but also like again the ego kicks in, so it'd be like, actually, fellas, it's me, and they're like, oh my god, look at him, he's hysterical. Sir, you're in shock, clearly. You're distressed. We'll get you the help you need. Just follow these emergency service workers to the ambulance and we'll get you the help that you need. But he keeps repeating himself. No, it's me. I did it. And they're like, get a load of this guy. Blind guy robbing a bank. Could work. Unless you have an ego out there. Unless you're a blind bank robber with an ego. So, you know, if you can put your ego aside, I bet you can get away with a lot. All I'm saying is, these are all hypothetical stories and scenarios, boys and girls, ladies and gents, and we're just having fun together. Man, oh man, I've been observing many of things out there. People, myself, nature. And it's fun to just, you know, come and see a couple of birds do a little bit of bird watching. Not like, I'm not a professional or anything, but like, you know, just fucking like, oh, this is a little bird, Tweety bird. Just the way they eat, it's fascinating to see birds grab food, because like, you know, they'll fly down, little Tweety bird, little bird will fly down, grab a little piece of breadcrumb. Oh, nom 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 nom. I'm gonna nom 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 right now here. Oh, we're gonna nom nom. We'll have some food. But that's the thing, they don't nom nom on the spot, is what I've noticed. They'll grab a piece of bread, little breadcrumb, and they'll start walking. They'll start walking because they don't have what you and I have, the conceptual concept of the roof over their head, right? Because the second one of them flies down and grabs a piece of bread, it automatically sends a message to all the other birds, and most of the time bigger birds as well, that this motherfucker right here has got food. And guess what out there? We're all searching for food. So they fly down. They fly down and start, you know, chasing this little bird for his little breadcrumbs. And I've seen it happen several times now. I've been paying attention. Which is crazy. Little teeny tiny bird, and a bigger seagull will just call, he's making these random noises, calling all the other seagulls, and this bird's picked up a little bit of a chunk of food that's probably a little bit too big for his mouth, but nonetheless, man's got to eat, right? Can't blame him. But that's the thing, they pick up the food and they start walking, which made me realize, before we probably came up with the concept of houses, or even like finding out about like early humans, I'm talking, even before finding the fact that, oh, we can go inside a cave and like make a little fire. I'm talking like early days, dude. Preliminary days, early stages, fucking before the main event. People probably grab food in their mouth, and all of a sudden they're like, oh my god, it's been 3 days since I've not eaten. I'm gonna get this, you know, I'm gonna, oh, chunk of zebra ass. This is raw zebra ass for this guy, not eaten for 3 days. I'm gonna have me some raw zebra ass. Hell yeah, dude. And all of a sudden you see fucking hairy ass gorilla men and women just like surrounding you, trying to like, you know, nibble at, they're probably bigger, probably trying to nibble at your zebra ass. You're like, come on, stop, it's my zebra ass. My zebra, I found, I've been looking for 3 days. And they're laughing like, dude, we've been looking for 7 days, man. Give me that zebra ass. And it falls to the ground, and it's got dirt all over it. And you're like, oh, look what you did. You ripped it in half, and now there's dirt all over my zebra ass. Way to go, John. Way to go. You did it again, man. Must have been really, really fucking annoying to be able to, like, you know, but eventually we came up with roofs, and birds have not yet figured that out. I mean, they got nests, but no roofs, unless it's like some of them do go on, like, you know, oh man, there's a little, you know, there's a little spot right underneath this roof. There's a little spot in this tree that's kind of like it's like a built-in home. There's a hole in this tree. It's like a condo for birds, if you will. So, you know, some get lucky, some don't. But it was just like, it was just a reminder, like, oh, nature is fucking raw. Nature's fucking dirty. Nature doesn't give a fuck. Fucking big birds will just fly down, grab food right out of your mouth, and walk away. And we were like that too before. Again, humans were probably like that, and we still are to a certain degree. Not all, like, but, you know, luckily we're more civilized now. Ha! We're civilized now. But, you know, all I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, that it's fascinating to see nature at work, and to remind oneself that we are all in it together, and we are all also part of nature. And, you know, so if you see a man or a woman with zebra ass in their mouth, don't fucking chase them down the street. But also do, because again, it's one of those situations like, what's more fun? Which is the better story to tell? The time that you had zebra ass in your mouth and you ate it all by yourself in peace and quiet and serenity, or the time that, you know, a crazy person chased you and fucking made you drop your zebra ass? The latter. Yeah. So we're all on the same page, we're all on the same team, and good things are happening, ladies and gentlemen. For example, there has been a world record that's been broken by a lady out there. I forget where, I forget her name, it doesn't matter, but she did break a Guinness World Record for having the longest female grown beard. So she's a bearded lady out there. I forget your name, and I'm sorry about that. And I forget where you're from too, and I'm sorry about that. But you're a lady and you grow a beard, a long one, and you broke a record in the Guinness, which is pretty dope, my friend. So congratulations, shout out. Let's go through some pros and cons of this bad boy. You know, pro of being a bearded lady. You know, let me ask you this. Do you like traveling, and do you enjoy the circus? Because if you said yes to the two mentioned items on this non-existent list, then traveling circus could potentially be the line of work for you. Because like, if I'm not mistaken, that was a thing. I'm not sure if it's still, I'm pretty sure it still is. And I say with all the love and respect out there, but I'm just saying there are not many people out there with, not many bearded ladies. Well, some regions of the world are more prone to those specificity, oh, way to go, fuck that one word. Specificities. There we go. Talking about, you know, some regions of the world, the ladies out there are, you know, I'm not gonna go name names and places, but you know, bearded ladies, you know, anomaly in some places, very normal in other places. But all I'm saying is that, yeah, man, if you like the circus, if you like traveling, that is a pro. If you are a bearded lady, the beauty of this is that you will most likely, again, never say never, you probably will not get sexually assaulted by a dude. Probably not. So that's a beauty right there in and of itself. Bearded lady, probably not gonna get raped, which is great. If all of us could go through life and be like, man, how do I not get raped? Become a bearded lady. Don't go fucking up her thing, dude. It's her niche. Don't go stealing her shit, dude. That's her thing. I don't want all the other ladies to be like, oh my god, this is a great way to not get raped. No. Just like let her have that. Let's say you're in a lesbian relationship and you're a bearded lady. The pro of that bad boy is that you're the dom in that. You're like, and I hope that you like to be the dom, because like if you lesbian relationship, the one with the beard, straight up is the dominant one. No, like you can play your switch games and all that, but at the end of the day, we know who's bringing the beer and making the sandwich and which one of us is sitting on the couch. The one with the beard is sitting on the couch, in case anybody was mistaken out there. You know what it is, baby. I don't know what it is. I don't know how that works. So many different types of people out there. Variants. Different degrees of many of things. We're all one. More or less. More than less. The con, well, if you're going to be using public bathrooms, female public bathrooms, you will get looked at least, maybe questioned. Maybe somebody will jump in front of you and be like, oh my god, look at this fella trying to get into the ladies' bathroom. And that's probably something that you had to suffer through all your life, which sucks. Genuinely, that sucks. If for whatever reasons your hormones have, you know, it's not to say that it's imbalanced. It's your balance. It's worked for you. But that's the thing. You probably experience some people coming up to you and be like, man, sir, this is a female only bathroom, all right? Quit being a pervert. And you're like, no, man, I'm a lady that happens to have a beard, a full-grown long beard. And they're like, no way. And then you're like, way. And then they're like, no way. And then I don't even know how you'd prove it at that point without having to, you know, like, would you have to be like, would you have to pull like an MJ and have to like, you know, expose your full body? So it'll be like, oh, take a look what you made me do. I hope you're happy. Take a look at all this. It's all there or not. Whatever, dude. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But all I'm saying is that, you know, it's, there's pros and cons to all this. Fucking rock it. And, you know, live your best life essentially. Because yeah, man, like if you're a lady and like it just grows over, like it just keeps growing and you're like shaving all day every day, that could get fucking grow it out, dude. Become a lesbian, be a lesbian. Or I'm not even sure if she's a lesbian. And I'm sure there are other ones out there. Not to say that you can't be a woman with a beard and be in a hetero relation. Probably could. Maybe find a guy that can't grow his beard, dude. So you guys, again, be the yin to each other's yang. I get it, dude. It's fucking rough. But also, it's not. Because, like, fuck, everybody's got something that, like, is, like, whatever. But then you fucking champion that shit. You're like, yeah. But then don't make it a fucking trend, all right? I don't want to see other people. I don't want to see other ladies who don't have beards out there trying to grow beards, all right? Let her have this. This is her thing. and probably a handful of other people who are going through the same thing. But like nonetheless, all I'm saying is shout out to you. You broke a Ginai world record. Hell yeah, dude. Big ups, and fucking rock that beer, baby. Let's go. What else is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? What is going on is that we have a dead Sherpa on our hands, or at the bottom of our feet at least. We have a dead Sherpa. Some beautiful, sexy, gorgeous, degenerate bastards out there decided to go and climb the K2 summit and break a record for climbing it faster than regular people have climbed it before. And one of the Sherpas, or maybe one or two of the Sherpas, ended up dying. Okay, and to the naked eye that is not out there observing things thoroughly, it might look as if though, oh great, another bunch of sexy motherfuckers with resources got up on a hill that they weren't really supposed to get on top, like they were, but like, you know, they just have to. It's so easy to point to the people with the resources and whatever, and be like, oh man, that's because of you that the Sherpa's dead, man. Oh, way to go, man. It's so easy to point a finger. But really, is it the individuals who had a dream and the resources and the time and money and the prowess for PR and marketing to, you know, go do it and like post about it and shit? Is it their fault, or is it the Sherpa's fault? Who's the real victim and who's the real whatever, you know? I say it's the Sherpa's fault. It's so easy to point to the other people and be like, it's your fault and you stepped over him and everything. Sherpa Hassan is dead. Who's to blame? Sherpa Hassan is to blame. One, bruh, not many is Sherpas. You've been Sherpaing around since you came out of your mom's cooch. You've been climbing mountains like a mountain goat since you were probably, you know, yay high. So who's to blame? Hassan. Sherpa Hassan is to blame. That's for one. Another point that I'd like to bring to your attention. Sherpa Hassan has probably trekked those treacherous trails for thousands, if not a million times. But did you know about Sherpa Hassan till now? I didn't. I didn't even know Sherpas could be named Hassan. But apparently they are. Some of them are. So Sherpa Hassan decided to focus only on Sherpaing around and not learning other skills, such as, again, getting good at marketing, getting good at shooting a video, getting good at making a couple of cool posts with like fucking photos and shit on the IG or other fucking platforms. There's so many things out there, dude. You've been Sherpaing around and nobody knows about you until you end up dead. Who's to blame? Who's to blame? Because that way now you gotta outsource the, you gotta be like, oh, we gotta get some people with cool ski equipment and climbing equipment who look good in photos and our photo. Maybe Sherpa Hassan wasn't the most whatever, like, maybe he wasn't so fucking photogenic or whatever the fuck. But still, couldn't he have picked up a camera and just did one of those selfies and be like, yo, I'm on the K2 summit, Sherpaing around, fucking cowabunga dudes. Couldn't you one cowabunga dude? It would have fucking, made you some money at least. But no, you had to be all wholesome and shit. You had to be like, I'm not doing it for the money, and you probably shouldn't either. The mountains are like, these are sacred grounds and you should fucking respect it. It's not just for the gram. And he had this weird fucking like non-monetization outlook on life. So fuck that guy and trying to damper everybody's parade, dude. All I'm saying is that, ladies and gentlemen out there, if you're a Sherpa or anybody else for that matter, if you're like, man, I don't want to put myself out there, and then all of a sudden catch yourself, you be claiming victim. Oh, I'm so dead, I'm a dead Sherpa, and look at me, everybody's walking over me. Can you please, take your 300 pounds worth of equipment off my neck? I can't breathe, it's so cold, I'm freezing. Fucking like, quit being a complainer, Hassan. God. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining me once again. It's been a so-so production. What's this show called, you're asking? I'm so glad you asked. Oh, glad you made it. Where can you find it? You can find it online on Instagram. Follow me there, Chopped Up Into Pieces. You can follow me, subscribe on YouTube. Help your boy, help yourself out. Tell your friends and family members. Check out patreon.com/robsadri. Man, I didn't even notice the wind's just been blowing on one side. There we go. So whatever, dude. Whatever. It's not about the way you whatever. It's about the way you whatever. Point is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be also going up on Tuesday at Yuck Yuck's performing. So if you want to see your boy live performing at Yuck, and other people too, come show support for the local stand-up community, comedy community, stand-up community, ranging from everybody from neophytes like myself to fucking people who've been doing it for many years and are extremely great at the craft that they've picked to focus on. So come show support. And I thank you for all your love and support. This has been another So-So production. I love you all. Have a fantastic Sunday and enjoy the rest of your weekends, and have a fantastic start to your Monday and the new week as well. And yeah, man, if you want to come see your boy again, it's Tuesday. I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to be saying that, but then how else would you get used to saying things like come check me out at, you know, this place? So, you know, fucking come check me out at that place, dude. Yuck Yucks, downtown Toronto. Show starts at 9. I'll see you out there. Love y'all. Peace out.